this is the main page of the items and the assets. So this is where we can create the items and the asset. Let's start by creating it. Now here we need to fill the details for the item, and here we need to fill the details for the asset. So the difference between asset and item is, so every asset is item, but not every items are asset. Okay. So let's fill the details. So here we need to fill the item category, then the subcategory for that. We can even create it from here. Now there are types of the item. So based on the organization's preference, we can select these item type based on our category and subcategory. So here four types are given. One is fixed, sellable, consumable, and returnable. So fix is type like ACs, then sofas, chairs can be considered in the fix. Then for the CRM, we need to select the sellable item type for the item categories. Okay. Now for the consumable, so it can be considered for the bags, then water bottles. And in the returnable, it's a type like for the monitor, then the mouse, keyboard. Okay. Currently, I'm selecting as returnable. Then the name for the item. So monitor, monitor. Now the image, we can even upload the image for that, for this item. Okay, then the brand, the model. Okay, now there are four types of preferences for the text. One is taxable, non-taxable, out of scope, and non-GST supply. So we can select it from here. And for the taxable, we need to select the text group for that. Okay, so I am selecting as primary text group. Now if you want to add the description for this item, so we can add it over here. So monitor description. Okay, now here we have filled the details for the item. Now if you want to create the asset in the same item, so we can add it over here. So we need to select the company name, that in which company this asset is, and on which branch. Then the quantity. Okay, now let's assume that we have three monitors, so we can add it like this quantity here. Then the condition. Okay, we can even create the condition from here. Now if we have the serial number, so we can add the serial number after adding this asset. Now there is the warranty selection, the last date of this assets warranty. Then the vendor name. Okay, purchase item price and the invoice name. So purchase invoice 1. Okay, after adding this, we can see these three quantities of monitor here. We can even add the serial number. Here we have selected the serial number, so we can add the serial number here, writing as serial number 1, serial number 2, and the serial number 3. Okay, now default series is selected from the item subcategory, but if we want to give this assets another id, then we can add it here. Like for the serial number 3, it would be 5. Okay, asset 5 as per the series. Then we can see the details over here. Now here there is generate and print sticker for that asset, and let's just create it. So the item and the asset is created, assets are created. So here we can see this item, and in that we have three assets. Okay, so for the serial number 3, the asset id is 5. Okay, which we have selected over there. Okay, now in the asset we can see this. Okay, the status is for that, the condition. Okay, the serial number which we have given. Okay, so this is the first step for creating the items and the asset. Okay, we can even create the items and asset by importing the sheet. Okay, we just need to first download the sample sheet from here. Okay, we will see that later on, but before that let's proceed with the asset details. So here the asset was created. Now let's see the status over here. We can see the status is like available, then we can update to allocated and occupied. Okay, and if we want to update to another, so we can give the repair, then replace, we can mark as missing, then broken and retired as well. Okay, these are the conditions that we have created from the item condition. Okay, we can see the all the details, category, subcategory, purchase detail, then the warranty, vendor. Okay, and series. Okay, as we have updated the series number, so we can see over here for the serial number 3. Now in this view icon we can see that my warranty is ending in this duration, then the activity for that. Okay, so in the activity we will see activity logs. Okay, then the assignees, current assignee and then previous assignee. Okay, then the follow-ups. Okay, if we have marked as repair and we have to add the next follow-up for that, is my is I have received this repaired item or not. So we can add it over here. Then the QR code for that, we can even generate it or regenerate it as per our density and etc. Okay. Now we can even download the QR code for this. Okay. So here are the other details. So this is the same activity details for that activity log. So let's start with the adding assignee. Okay. Now here I can add the assignee. So we can select the employee over here. Okay, for the room and then the seat. So let's start with assigning the employee, then the room and the seat number for that. Now the user will get the pop-up for this. Okay, as they have get assigned the asset, so they will get the confirmation pop-up. Okay, we can see the yes. Now we can see over here I have added the assignee. Okay, the name for that on Hava, then the seat number and the room number. And if we go to the my profile and the asset tab, we can see the details for that asset image, the asset ID, category for that, the model, current condition for that. Okay, the serial number if applied, the seat number and the location for that, on which branch the asset is, and the status. Okay, so let's again go to the asset page. Now we can see the status is updated to the allocated one. Okay, as I have added the assignee. And let's see the activity log. Here we can see that asset is assigned to this user, this seat and this room number. Okay, the same thing we can see over here. Now let's just recollect it. So on the recollection, employee also get the recollection pop-up. Okay, as we can see, confirm the asset recollection. Okay, in which asset ID is given and the brand is given. So the item name is here. Let's just recollect, and now we can see the this is successfully recollected from this user. And let's see the activity log. So here they are said assignee removed from this seed and etc. Okay, now the new status, okay, or sorry, the current status is available. Okay. Again let's assign this to the user. Okay. Now so let's see the details for that. Okay, now we can see the current assignee for that. Okay, status is pending. If we do refresh, the so the current status will be updated for that. Okay. Now we can see it has confirmed. Now we can update the condition from here directly. Okay. Then let's go to the repair asset. So let's repair this. So on the repair we have to select the vendor name for that. Okay, the contact person for that it is not required field. Now the asset submit date for the repair and the estimated repair date we can fill it over here. So let's just fill like for this week. Okay, and in the repair the user will get the pop-up for the recollection for this asset. Okay, if I select yes, so we can see the status for the repair is updated over here. Okay, And as we have discussed that we can add the follow up for that. Okay, so currently item is sent for the repair. So now we can add the two follow-ups. There are two types. Okay, one is next follow-up and one is received item follow-up. Okay, so on the next follow-up, we can add like the time for that. Okay, so currently I'm adding like this. Okay, okay, sorry. Yeah, and then the follow-up date, the title, taking a follow-up, and then the attachment if we want to add. So currently creating like this, we can add the follow, and we can even edit the follow from here. Okay, now we can see the details for these follow-ups. We can add the assignee in the conditions like if the asset is missing or broken, if it's available. Okay, then the allocated one. Okay, we cannot add the assignees when the current status is repair or in the replace. Okay, now let's see the seed transfer over here. So we have three options in the seed transfer. One is merge seed, merge assets of those seeds, then the swap asset, and then there is replace asset. So let's first assign this two to the seed 4 and this one to the seed 5. Okay. Now here we can see if I select from seed 4 to the seed 5, so I have three options: merge, swap, or replace. So let's first do the merge asset. So if I do select this, so seed 4 asset will be merged to the seed 5 asset. Okay, we can see this is all the assigned to the seed 5. Okay, then let's do the swap asset. So currently the 5 number is on seed 4 and the other two, 3 and 2, are in the seed 5. So let's just swap this from seed 4 to the seed 5. Okay, merge selection. So now the 5 number is on seed 5 and the other two are on seed 4. Okay, then the other one which is replaces it. So from seed 4 to the seed 5. Okay, let's just replace it. So now the seed 4 asset is replaced to the seed 5 asset. Okay, and the other option, so we can search the asset directly like the id. Okay, then we can also search with the username. Okay, so searching like Purav, whichever the assignee is assigned. Okay, so we can see it over here. Now currently there is only one asset is assigned to the Purav, but we can see all the assets over here. That's because we have also considered the history for the assignee. Okay, history means this activity logs. Okay, if the Purav is in the activity log for this assignee or say assignee list, so we will get all the assets. So we can simply click this. By turning off this, we will only get the current assignee. Okay, current assignee in which current asset in which the Purav is the assignee. Okay, then we can select the employee over here. So here we can also see that this is a user, the designation, department, location, okay, and the total asset assigned to this employee. Okay, we can see the details over here. Now in the bulk action, we have several options like first we can add assignee in the bulk. Okay, then we can recollect it. Okay, then we can mark as retired or broke or missing, and then there is last option which is generate QR code. So previously we have seen that the QR code is visible over here for this particular asset. Okay, we can download it here, but if we want to download the uh, QR code for the all asset or in the bulk, so we can select it over here like this. Okay, so generating the QR code with the setting for my sticker print. Okay, then the paper size for that. Okay, based on that we can select the density, the gap for the horizontal and vertical gap, and let's just generate it. So here we can see that the horizontal gap and vertical gap is 10 and the density is low. So based on that we can see the stickers for those asset we have selected at the bulk time. Okay, now there is the QR code, the name for the item, the asset ID, the category for that, and then the purchase date. Okay, if I just change this to the 0, okay, then we will see the difference over here. Okay, we can even change the size for the paper. Okay, if I now vertical gap, so if I turn it 0, okay, now this is how this sticker is generated, and if you want to print it, then we can select it here.